a very exciting day because I got my hands on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. And there's been a lot of excitement about this drone, and I think it's not without reason. This is a very powerful drone that's very small, very affordable, and very accessible. A lot of people who are going to be beginning drone flying are going to purchase this drone, or a lot of content creators out there who maybe don't need the most high quality footage, but they still want drone footage. This is gonna be the drone for them. So why don't we open it up and see what's in the box, and then we're gonna take out the DJI Mini 3 Pro for a flight. All right, I've got my trusty knife. Let's open up the box. I am the most terrible unboxer, but let's do this with precision. Just listen to this ASMR. Another one. There we go. Is there more? Let's take off the plastic first. Let us see what's inside the DJI Mini 3 Pro box. Oh, this thing is so little. Oh man, this guy is so small. Hokey smokes. It's like 1/2 of my face. This thing looks so small. So sleek. Already I'm just getting excited about the thought of bringing this guy alone on my next trips. Look at this thing. It's so small, so light. This is the battery. This battery pack is so little and so light. Oh my gosh. What else is in the box? I end up getting the smart controller as well for this because I just really enjoyed the smart controllers. Yes, it does cost some money to get them, but the fact that you don't have to connect your phone, which is always a hassle. Oh, look at that. This feels so good in your hands. We've got the little slot in the back for joysticks. Just gonna put the joysticks in here. And there we go. This controller as well is so light. Like, this setup alone is gonna be like 2 pounds in my backpack. You know, this is not gonna take a lot of weight at all. All right, I think there's only one way to test out this drone, and it's gonna be at the cottage. All right, here we are. We're at the cottage, the beautiful Nava Resort, and I've got the DJI Mini 3 Pro here and the smart controller. Well, that was a success. We just did our first maiden voyage with the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and I gotta say, I'm really impressed. At first, when I picked this out of the box and just held it in my hands, I was like, man, this is so light and feels so, like, in a way, weak that I don't think it's gonna be able to handle flying in a windy situation. But even today, it's pretty windy out here on the lake, and I felt very in control. And as well, just because it is so small and the obstacle detection was really good, I was able to just fly through, like, really tight corners there around the cottage while feeling confident about it, knowing that I'm not going to crash if somehow I lose focus. But man, it's crazy how much drones have come. If you think about like 10, 20 years ago maybe, people were having to like hire a full-on helicopter to get aerial shots, and now this little tiny drone can do that. And not only just horizontal, but you can also get the vertical. I think we should jump back to the studio and talk more about this drone because it is impressive. So for $759 US, what are you getting with the DJI Mini 3 Pro? Let me list off some specs. Well, first off, this drone is only 249 grams, meaning that it's less weight than most of the international laws regarding drones, meaning you don't need to get a license or go through the hassle of all that stuff in order to fly a drone. So the fact that it's 249 grams, it's a great thing for us as drone pilots. Second, because it's 249 grams, it is freaking small. This thing is just so tiny. Like, look at that. It's smaller than my head, and it's just so easy to take along with you wherever you go, whether that's a hike or a road trip where you just don't want to have too much gear with you. It's small and compact. But even though it's small and compact, it doesn't mean it's not packing a punch, because this little guy records 4K HDR, 4K 60 frames per second, 1080 120 frames per second, and it has 48 megapixel photo. So there's a lot packed into this little guy, even though it is small. As well, this is the first drone in a long time that allows you to do vertical photo and video, which is really nice for taking photos on Instagram and as well creating content for social media. We all know the struggle of when you're filming shots landscape and then you're gonna have to scale in by 200% in order to make it fit the whole screen when you're making content for Instagram Reels or TikTok. But now with the Mini 3 Pro, you can simply just film everything vertical if you know that you're gonna be posting all of it onto social media like Instagram and TikTok. So that's a really cool feature. With a click of a button, the gimbal all of a sudden moves vertically, and voila, you're able to shoot vertical. As well, we have the tri-directional obstacle sensors, which is really handy. I was flying through really tight situations and I wasn't hitting anything because of these sensors, so that's really great. You have 35-minute max flight time, which is insane for just how small this battery is. Let me show you how small the battery is on this guy if I first figure out how to... there we go. For this little battery, you get 34 minutes of flight time, which is insane. On top of that, you got the focus tracking, master shots, time-lapse features, and recently they added a new firmware update to get 10-bit quality in your video footage. So there is a lot packed into the DJI Mini 3 Pro. If I'm brutally honest, I don't even know why I have the Air 2S anymore. Okay, yes, I think the Air 2S will be able to fly in more extreme conditions, so maybe I would be more likely to take the Air 2S with me on a trip to Norway when I'm in the mountains, and I want to be able to make sure that I can get to my destination and back. And as well, I probably would get better quality footage because this has a 1-inch sensor, but for a daily driver, you know, if I'm just want to get some quick drone shots for my YouTube videos, I think the DJI Mini 3 Pro will be good enough. A lot of times YouTube is compressing your video footage anyways, so you're not even able to get the full quality that you would hope to get out of, for example, the Air 2S. So it'll be very interesting to see maybe 6 months from now, how often will I end up using the Air 2S and how often will I just choose to use the DJI Mini 3 Pro. But yeah, these are my first thoughts of the DJI Mini 3 Pro, first flights. Very excited to keep on practicing flying with this drone, get some more of that vertical shots. But yeah, DJI, good job. I just want to say that's amazing that you guys keep making these products just better and better as time goes on. Once again, I'm just blown away that back in the day, you literally had to hire a full-on helicopter to get aerial shots, and now we have a drone that's this small. It's just ridiculous. This thing is so tiny and lightweight. Just can't get over it. All right, if you guys enjoyed this video and you're not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe below, hit that like button, comment and tell me what you guys think about this drone. I'd be excited to hear your guys' thoughts. All right, I'm out of here.